Hey there, Sart here. So I was messing around with some other teams because I wanted to try a couple of different team ideas for you guys out there, and I actually stumbled upon this team, which actually does a fair bit better than the team I showed you before. So surprisingly so, and this one's probably a little bit more manageable for folks, at least as long as you pulled for Ayaka, because Ayaka is pretty important to the team on this one. But we just got Yshe's crowns, and that reminded me. It's like, oh, okay, well, Yshe actually comes with an 89% defense and spirit break if you get all four of Yshe's crowns, and it does a 160% ice imperil. So I was like, let's try this out. And sure enough, it actually works very well, if not better than my previous team. So let's go over this. So the gear for the team is pretty much the same. Again, we're only interested in Rain's Brave Shift form. So pretty much the same build you saw earlier. Just max stats, EPing as much as you can, with Esper stat boosts and all that. That's the best vision card that I have for him. Just put whatever best vision card you have, just slot that in there. He's maxed out on killers. As you saw in my previous video, I unlocked the 50% extra beast killer on my Ifrit Esper. Okay, just be aware that takes 5 Galvanites and a crap ton of Esper ores to do that. And then Yshe. So Yshe is a newbie in this one. And you see I've given her Ayaka's STMR. And that should clue you in that Ayaka is not wielding her own rod, because I only have one of them. And so Yshe has the rod. And Yshe is going to be, of course, chaining using the Whipped Cream ability. Okay, so she'll be chaining with Ayaka. And, she's not going to be dealing a whole heap of damage, but she almost hits 1 billion damage with that skill. And so that's not nothing, right? But anyways, it takes a lot to sort of build her. For one, she doesn't have her TMR or STMR on her, so it takes a lot to build her for TDH. But here's the gear that we have. So 300% TDH to cap her mag TDH. We're building her mage wise. Luckily, she does build fairly well both for attack and mag, because I think she does have, she's got pretty good stats on both of those. And so just building her for high mag, Magister's gear for the chain cat boost. All right, and then I wanted to go with you. This is for the 350% LB buff for the party. All right, and then of course I fully crowned this ability, which gives an 89% defense and spirit break and 160% ice imperil. The only thing that would make this perfect is if it was beast killers instead of machine killers, but nobody's perfect, right? And Yshe does have fairly high killers, 250% beast. So yeah, so she's definitely not going to slouch here, but she will be by far the lowest damage on the team. Okay, but she's really just here for those breaks and for the ice imperil. Esther, as you can see, just like before, just built for lots of killers, or sorry, for high damage in her normal form. She doesn't need a Blizzard Orb in this form, because Chizuru is going to handle that 10 LB fill that we need on turn 3. All right, chain cat boost, and then killers and Esper stats for EPing it out as much as possible. In her Brave Shift form, pretty similar to what you saw before. Blizzard Orbs to make sure she's got her LB full on turn 2. The Behemoth suit for the 10% beast mitigations. Runda's shield for the 50% general mitigation on turns 1 and 2. Make sure she's got her TMR, and then just some elemental resists. The boss throws fire, ice, lightning, and earth at you, so just have, keep that in mind. Make sure you got some buffs for those. All right. And yeah, Esther should be good to go. 300 beast, 300 LB. Yep, she's ready to rock and roll. Titus and Yshe again, so exact same build as you saw before. If you don't have the Dark Visions katana, just throw their STMR on them, or a really strong greatsword, or another strong katana, because they have they can imperil both, and we're going to have both large, we'll have a greatsword and a katana imperil on the field anyways. So yeah, you could go either way there. All right, Magister's gear for the chain cat boost. and then just filling out their killers, LB damage, and a little bit of Esper stats for Epeen. And yep, that's just the strongest card that I have for them. Okay. Ayaka, you see she is wielding the Dark Vision's sword. Because the highest weapon peril on the field is going to be a sword with Rain's 40% sword imperil, I figured why not take advantage of that with Ayaka. And Ayaka gears for this one really easily because she's got a lot of beast killers innately. So it's very simple to build her up. And she only needs like 50, she needs 50% chain cap boost, right? And so I was able to get away with using this Chains of Strength, which also just helped top up her mag. She needs a little bit more help getting her mag stat capped when you use a sword, because a lot of her passives rely on her wielding a rod. And yeah, so she should be good to go. Just make sure she's got her TMR, so you have her Trust Mastery activated. You're always going to want her TMR anyways, because it gives 500 flat mag. But yeah, so she is ready to go. All right, Chizuru in her normal form honestly doesn't need anything. Most important thing for Chizuru to actually deal competent damage is the Cool Smile Vision card, which is going to do that mod boost to her LB, and she double dips on that, so it's 100 times mod boost, okay, which makes her effective LB mod 450, which is quite nice. But other than that, she doesn't need anything in this form. In her Brave Shift form, of course, build her for as much damage as you can. Mine is EX3, so I don't have to worry about chain cap boost, so don't have to worry about having another piece of Magister's gear or anything like that. And she hits beast killers super easy, so then just Esper stats to Epeen it out. 300% beast killer, 300% LB damage. She is ready to rock and roll. All right. So this is the party that we're working with, and this party has been consistently hitting right around 21 billion, and so hopefully this video will demonstrate that. Hopefully I don't get a stupidly low roll or something like that. But yeah, let's see how we do with this team. Alright, so very similar rotation to my previous one for a lot of these units. Tyvis and Yshe fill up their LB. If your Tyvis and Yshe are EX2 or higher, you don't have to worry about that. They can just guard or do something else on this turn. Yshe is going to go ahead and sing. Now, it is important to remember that I wanted to go with you costs 8 LB crysts to cast, and if your Yshe is only EX1, that's fine. It's fine if your Yshe is only EX1, but you'll need to equip her with Call of the Wild, that materia that fills the LB gauge by 8 at the beginning of turn, and that'll give you the LB cryst that you need to cast this ability. Alright, so she's going to go ahead and start singing. Ayaka is going to do Introduction, Good Tidings, and this is primarily for the elemental resist buffs to ice and earth. Okay, so she'll do that. Chizuru, she is going to do Strong Samurai Spirit for the buffs, and then Focused Body and Focused Spirit. Do not do Focused Strength or Focused Mind. We're saving those for turn 4. Okay? But you do want to use these. This is just to help mitigate the damage for Esther on these first 2 turns. Okay? When she only has the 50% mitigation up. Alright, so she can go ahead and do that. Esther is going to do Electromagnetic Shield, Discharge and Recharge again because we want the stop resistance for the party. Okay, and then Energizing Bunny. Rain is just going to break with True Undermine. Okay. Alright, 2 Blizzard Orbs maybe are too much. Although I swear I had one time when I only had one Blizzard Orb on there and she didn't fill it up all the way. And so because of that, I put 2 Blizzard Orbs to make sure she always fills it up. Alright, anyways. Esther does her LB. Alright, Ayaka can do her LB. Tyvis and Yshe do their LB. Rain can do his LB. A lot of LBs this turn. Chizuru will do Eastern Winds, Staunch Samurai Spirit. That does the 10 LB fill that Esther needs for next turn. Okay. And then just like Breezy Barrier or something for that third action. Okay. On this turn, Ayaka will get ready to... She'll do her killer buffs, the ramping ice amp, and the killer buffs for the party. Chizuru will do her beast pulverizer. Alright, to make sure she has her 250% beast killer ready to go. Make sure she does that before she gets imbued though, so she doesn't do too much damage. Alright, Esther's going to come back to her Brave Shift form. Okay, we'll do Electromagnetic Storm Guardian, and if she has enough to do like Shatterbolt or something, that's fine. Normally she doesn't, so I just do Quantum Storm. Alright, and just do it on herself. Doesn't matter who she does it to, no one's going to use it. It's just to use up that third action. Alright, Tyvis and Yshe, on this turn, yeah, they can just guard. Rain is just going to do buffs. Make sure he doesn't guard, or else he'll lose that stack. Pretty sure they lose the stack if you guard, so I don't want to do that. Okay, there's the fixed attack, which Esther covers. Alright, now Esther's going to come back. Do Calm Before the Storm and Bolting Slice. Alright, Chizuru will just do Eastern Winds. Actually, she doesn't... Do we have any imperils up? That would be the... Yeah. Alright, Breezy Barrier to get rid of any imperils that the party might have. And then Focus Strength and Focused Mind for the 400% attack and mag buffs. Very, very helpful in dealing a little extra damage here. Alright, Yshe is going to do her breaks and imperils. Ayaka can do her SLB. So even if you have an EX2 Ayaka, this strategy works just fine because we use the SLB on turn 4 anyways. Alright, Tyvis and Yshe do Ferocity of the Genius, Will of the Hero, and Elemental Burst Fire. Rain does Armor, Unyielding, Elemental Burst Fire. Did the boss even do anything? The boss just decided not to do anything that turn. I don't think I've ever seen that. That's pretty interesting. Huh. I guess that's a possibility? That the boss just does nothing? Alright. Interesting. Never seen that. It almost always does like a couple of elemental magic attacks on that turn. The only one you don't want, if you saw my previous video, you know the only element you don't want it to use is fire. It has a choice, it can do fire, ice, lightning, or earth. And so the chances are pretty good that it will not use fire, and Esther should be immune to everything but fire. But of course, if you saw my last video, it did like nothing but fire attacks that turn, and and we took some damage, but that's all right. Okay. Like the previous video, the order is important because you want to make sure Esther always goes last so everyone takes advantage of the Imperil field. So I'll send Ayaka and Yshe first, followed by Tyvis and Yshe and Rain, followed by Chizuru and Esther. Alright, here we go. I'm hoping for like 21 billion or higher. Let's see how we do. Alright, feel like that looked good. I feel like it did. Can't know for sure till the score comes up. 22, yes! New high score. 22.1. Man, I'm getting dangerously close to that milestone there. I honestly, it's close enough that it makes me actually want to try for it, but I still don't think I can do it. I think I've squeezed all the juice out of this fruit here. But that was a really good roll. Yeah, there you go. Rain doing, Rain again. He's done 7.6, so I could have gotten an extra 600 mil out of him. I've seen him do as high as 7.6, and for a true dual wield unit, they're not supposed to have that much damage variance. It's only like, the floor is 1x and the ceiling is 1.3. But yeah, he's definitely hitting below average there. But Ayaka did quite well at over 5 billion. Chizuru did quite well. Wow, Esther almost hit 3. Wow. Yeah, she almost hit 3 bill. Tyvis and Yshe have done better before. But man, thinking about rolling for variance on all 6 of these damage deals, because Yshe rolled low too. Yshe could have done, upwards of 1 billion. Man, now I'm gonna have to go in here and start doing some variance rolls, because I might actually be able to get that second to last one if everybody rolls high. Kill me now. All right. Well, anyways, hopefully that was helpful to you guys. That's just another way that I figured out how to make this team work for me and to squeeze a little bit more juice out of the fruit. So hopefully it was helpful to you, or at least entertaining. I'm going to try one more team that's a little bit more budget friendly. It doesn't include Ayaka, but still using Flaring Aether Rain, because he's sort of like the highlight, and I pulled him for this reason, so I could bring him to events like this. So but stay tuned. I'll have one more clear, I think, and then I think I'm going to be done with Dark Vision. So thank you for following me, and I will see you on the other side.